looking live at Washington this morning, the Capitol building. The Biden administration taking some major new steps to try to get baby formula back on store shelves. That mass shortage right across the U.S. has left many American parents struggling to feed their babies. We've been following this and reporting on the fact more than 40% of the normal supply of formula is out of stock right across the country. So not just the White House, but Congress as well, and lawmakers taking action to try to boost the supply. Alex Panetta is in our bureau in Washington once again, and let's talk about this in more detail. Alex, what are the president and lawmakers doing to try to ease this critical shortage?
Yeah, this was a slow-rolling crisis building for months, and suddenly there's this frenzy of activity, and it's really picked up in the last few days. Just yesterday, the president invoked the Defense Production Act, which essentially allows the U.S. government to commandeer the resources of private companies and forces them to provide infant formula materials to the makers of infant formula and put those makers of infant formula at the front of the queue of on any customer list. Let's listen to the president talk about why he's doing this.
I know parents all across the country are worried about finding enough infant formula to feed their babies. As a parent and as a grandparent, I know just how stressful that is. And I've directed my team to do everything possible to ensure there's enough safe baby formula and that it's quickly reaching families that need it the most. This is one of my top priorities, and I'll continue to keep you updated on our progress.
And the other thing he's doing is he's launching what's called Operation Fly Formula, which allows the U.S. government to send planes overseas to pick up supplies of infant formula from plants that are deemed safe and that are deemed to meet FDA standards. The other thing that's happening today in Washington is there's going to be a hearing with the head of the commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, who's in the hot seat because of whistleblower complaints about the plant that's at the epicenter of this crisis surfaced last fall, and it took months to deal with that complaint and then ultimately to inspect the plant and close the plant, and now it's going to take a lot longer to open the plant again and get it production rolling again. Congress is also on the verge of passing two pieces of legislation. Two bills passed the U.S. House of Representatives yesterday. This Congress does not usually work that quickly. These two bills passed the House of Representatives. One of them would add resources for the FDA to allow them to inspect plants more efficiently and quickly. One of the people involved in that legislation said it's incredible that only 9 people in the FDA oversee the entire infant formula industry, and they're hoping to alleviate that. And if it passes the Senate, you would assume those resources, $28 million, would flow to the FDA relatively quickly.